Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay.
Would you please tell me, how do you do it? How do you look so beautiful at 9:30 in the morning?
Oh, if I knew I was going to hear that, I would have been here at 7:30.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes.
You came right when I needed to see a friendly face.
Oh, what is it? Is something wrong, Doc?
Well, I had kind of an unpleasant conversation with Marcia earlier. It got to me.
Oh, I'm really not surprised. I don't know how in the world you put up with it all this time. That mothering and smothering she does, you know, and her jealousy.
I do owe her a lot. But I don't know, since we've come to Oakdale, she has changed.
Oh, well, you know why? She's so jealous of Franny.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, what else could it be?
Can I share a confidence with you?
Well, sure. Go ahead.
Last night I found out that Marcia is a prime suspect in Marie's murder.
What? Oh, you don't really think that her jealousy would go to such an extreme, do you?
I certainly hope not.
Oh. Is there something wrong?
No. Sorry, Kevin. I was just thinking about how I'll be leaving here soon and putting everything in your very capable hands. It just made me a little sad, that's all.
Well, I promise I won't do anything to disappoint you.
I'm sure you won't.
Listen, is there something I could do, you know, to help smooth your transition or run some errands or anything like that? I'd really be glad to.
Well, actually, there is something, but it's a rather personal request, so please feel free to say no.
Oh, well, no, go ahead. Really, you've been so nice to me.
All right. Could you come by my apartment later and help me pack up some furniture?
Pack up some furniture? Yeah, sure. Sure. Provided that we can both get out of here on time.
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
Okay, okay.
Great.
I gotta get started on the receipts.
Good idea.
Okay.
Oh, here she is. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, darling. Dr. Chapin's secretary said you wanted to see me as soon as I was finished. Hi. What's happened? Some kind of development?
Well, we haven't gotten an ID on that hit-and-run victim yet, but at least we know that he's not the man who was harassing you.
What about all those newspaper clippings and the pictures of me that he had?
Well, the police believe now that the man really responsible could have planted those on the body to divert suspicion.
Somebody who was in the neighborhood right after the accident happened.
Oh. Well, yeah, I suppose that does make sense. Who would do that?
Well, I'm just throwing out possibilities now, but I understand that your ex-husband is at your house a lot to visit your son, right?
Yes.
And he's the one who supposedly discovered the latest package?
Oh, wait a minute. Just wait a minute now. I know Lisa has been going on and on about John being the one responsible, but no. I don't believe that he did it.
I found out who that influential member of the board is who was going to resign. You know, that vacancy we had been discussing.
That was supposed to be very confidential.
Well, don't worry. The information hasn't gone any further than myself. And Lucinda Walsh, of course. Well, we've become pretty close over the past few months. She told me. She's resigning. She's going to recommend me as her replacement. Well, that's true, isn't it?
Excuse me, John. Hello?
Rex, it's Lucinda Walsh. Don't say a word. I have reason to believe that John Dixon is sitting there with you, so don't mention my name. Just listen. Listen carefully.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Bounce, for clothes you can't wait to jump into, and by our moist, delicious baking mixes from Duncan Hines.
Is John sitting there? Answer yes or no.
Yes.
Oh, thank heavens I made this telephone call. And Rex, I'm terribly sorry, but I do have to resign my seat on the board after all, as of February the 1st.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Well, I'm sure that John would be happy to replace me, and I would be very happy to recommend him.
Well, actually, I had someone else in mind.
Oh. Well, you do whatever you want, but if he should ask you, and I think he might, would you tell him that I telephoned you last night with my definite resignation, and that last night I recommended him for a seat on the board? Will you do me that tiny little favor?
Do you mind my asking why?
Darling, I'll come to the office and explain it all later. And believe me, if you do this favor for me, the hospital will feel my generosity.
Well, we'll talk about it later, then.
Thank you, Rex. I appreciate that. Whew. I called just in the nick of time.
You are too smart to be so stupid. Every time you lie to me, you play into John's hands. Do you understand that?
What difference does that make?
Look, we are not talking about one of your business deals, damn it. I'm trying to talk about my future.
Don't get angry at me. I have Rex.
I don't know why I trust you, Lucinda. The only person you care about yourself.
Excuse me, John, you were saying?
I was saying Lucinda did call and say she was going to resign, didn't she? And that she was going to recommend me as a replacement.
Yes.
When did she do that?
She called me last night.
Oh, what do you think about that, huh?
Look, John is capable of doing terrible things. But I don't really think he did this. Besides, it's obvious that whoever sent me the heart and that last picture had to be on the cruise ship with us, and John wasn't on the ship.
That's true. Dr. Hughes, didn't you tell me that the cruise line was sending you a complete passenger list?
I called them this morning. They say they put it in the mail. I should get it in a day or two.
Good. Oh, by the way, I checked out that ornate key.
What'd you find out?
Turns out it was an antique after all. By checking the numbers here, I was able to trace the manufacturer. They said that it was one of 2 keys made for a dressing room in a New Orleans nightclub called L'Auberge. Ring a bell?
L'Auberge, yes, I played that.
Ken Wayne work with you there?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I also traced the manufacturer of that paperweight, the one with the feather inside.
And?
It was made by a Chicago plastics firm, and they were able to dig up the original invoice. It was ordered by a man who paid cash up front to have it made.
Was there a name on the invoice?
No, but there was an address. Ken Wayne's Chicago apartment.
Oh, please. We're not back to him again.
Looks that way.
I don't believe this. We just go around and round in circles. We don't get any closer to the truth.
All right, all right.
It's just so frustrating. I feel as if I'm just...
Kim, how are you this morning?
She's fine.
Can't you just see it now? All those gorgeous women just lined up the stairs, just dripping in gorgeous furs. Then every lady here in the place will come running over you and buy a coat.
And they will run right over to fashions.
They just better do that. Oh, speaking of that, I've got to go.
Lisa.
Yeah, honey.
Thank you
Oh, for what?
for making me smile, like you always do.
Oh, thank you.
Can I tell you a little secret?
I don't know. Do you think I can keep a secret?
I think so. The backers of Caroline's are very pleased with our success, as they should be. And they want me to open another restaurant in Acapulco.
Oh, that sounds so glamorous.
Yeah, it's exciting, but the only hitch is, of course, I'd have to spend time away from Franny.
Don't you worry about her. There's nothing to worry as far as Franny's concerned. You know that.
I did ask her to join me for a while down there over her spring break.
Well, I hope she is going to do that, isn't she?
Well, she said she thought she would.
Well, I'm going to have a word with her. She'd better. I can't think of a more romantic place to have a reunion.
Yeah, it should be nice.
Yeah. Doug, I tell you, you know how I feel about Franny. I love her. Well, just as though she were my daughter. And
I know.
I have to ask you a question now.
Ask away.
Well, I know what it's like to lose someone you love, and I'm just wondering, what would you do if Caroline should just walk in? And I don't mean to sound morbid, please understand. I don't mean that, but what would you do?
Lisa, I am in love with Franny. Well, she has helped me put all my memories of Caroline to rest. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yes, more beautifully than I dreamed. Oh, the two of you were meant for each other.
No, I'm glad you feel that way. I kind of feel that way myself.
I do feel that way. I mean, after all, I'm the one who introduced you.
That's right.
I knew it was right from the beginning. And I've got to go.
Okay, darling. Take care.
All right.
Kevin, I need you to take over downstairs for a while.
Sure. Look, I gotta tell you something that's been bothering me all morning, kind of.
What is it?
Well, last night Detective Franklin came in here, and he had a search warrant.
Save your breath. I already know all about it.
You do?
Douglas told me. He was very angry that the police would even insinuate that I'd stolen the diary and hidden it in the safe.
See, about that safe, why didn't you tell me that there was a safe in here? Even after I suggested that you have one installed?
Well, I was going to before I left for Texas. I'll give you the combination later. But be sure you destroy it after you memorize it.
Oh, yeah, I will. It's a load off of my mind.
Oh, by the way, I spoke to Douglas, and it's all arranged for us to go to my apartment later once the dinner crowd's in and seated.
Okay.
Kevin?
Hello, Douglas.
I believe we have a conversation to finish.
Before we go into that, I'd like to leave a little early tonight, if that's all right with you.
I don't see any problem with that.
Well, there might be. I've already given Kevin permission to leave once the dinner crowd's seated. Oh, he has some sort of personal business to take care of.
Fine. There's still no problem.
Don't you have plans to see Franny tonight?
Yes, later. And Dr. and Mrs. Hughes will be coming for dinner, so I want to be here.
Sounds like you've gotten very close with the whole family.
Yes, Marcia, I have. Marcia, I want the truth. Why did you have Caroline's will in that safe?
Why do you keep asking me and badgering me like some sort of criminal? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. It's probably best that I'm leaving soon.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, where are you going? I've got something that I've got to tell you.
Why don't you just tell Heather and have her pass it on? It seems to be the way you operate these days.
No, wait, no, I don't think you understood what I was trying to do.
No, I understood. You were trying to undermine my relationship with Doug by using Heather as a go-between. And I don't understand why you even care. You were the one who wanted to break up.
No, Franny, I just wanted Heather to warn you against Marcia Talbot. Now, I've gotten some strange vibes from the woman recently, and I think she's jealous of you, and all. I just thought it would be better if you didn't see Doug here at Caroline's, and that's all I meant.
I'm aware of Marcia's jealousy. I'm not intimidated by her.
Well, good. But I think that Marcia could be dangerous.
I don't believe this. I thought you adored your Marcia. I forgot. Your adoration never lasts very long, does it? Found that out the hard way. I'm gonna go find Doug.
Betsy's here. We'd like to see you in the fitting room.
Oh, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm. Can I help you?
Hello, madam. How are you?
Oh, hi there. Barbara, may I just say that the new shop, complimentary, it's so much nicer than the other one.
Well, thank you very much. I like it myself. And I have something to tell you about our mysterious friend, Earl Mitchell. Seems he just left Shannon Airport in Ireland on his way to Chicago O'Hare.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Shannon O'Hare. Oh, my God. Can that possibly be a coincidence?
I don't think so. I'm having it checked into.
Oh, please keep me posted.
I will, absolutely.
May I thank you, too? Really, thank you for the rush on the wedding gown. I'm indebted to you.
My pleasure. I hope you like it.
I know I will.
Here she is. Oh, the bride. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love the back. I love the back. It's dramatic. Oh, my God.
I really love it.
Sweetie. Oh, just here we go. I just want to show you how the back, the bow is just beautiful. Thank you. Oh, no. No, Al, get out. Wait,
put a drop cloth over. You're not supposed to look at her.
What's this
Come on,
about?
hide her. You know, don't you know the old superstition? You're not supposed to look at the bride in the bridal gown before the wedding. Oh, you're bad.
I'm not superstitious.
Boy. Oh, I don't know. I guess that's some kind of superstition.
Rex, I don't know what I have to do to convince you that the future of this hospital depends on the quality of the intern that we attract. I mean, if we don't have enough funding, the good ones will go elsewhere.
I know what you're saying, Bob, but I can assure you we are doing our best to find a solution.
Well, I hope you find a solution before I go to San Francisco, or I look like the biggest hypocrite in the world.
As I said, we'll do our best.
Rex, I'm sorry Sherry wasn't at her desk.
Yes, John, what is it?
Well, I have the requisitions for that new equipment that I have to order. You want to look them over?
Yes, thanks. I'll take
I'd
a
like
look
to
at
give
it.
Sierra Esteban a raise. Her work has been very good. I think she deserves it.
Well, I'll consider it.
I don't think there's much to consider. Lucinda Walsh is picking up the tab. I know she won't mind.
Excuse me, please. Yes? Oh, yes, I'm supposed to meet him. Tell him I'll be right there, yes. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I have a luncheon appointment for which I am late.
I hope you'll keep me informed.
Yes, I will. And if I don't see you before you leave for San Francisco, have a good trip. And don't worry, we'll work something out.
I'm going to hold you to that, Rex.
What's that all about?
The funding for the intern program.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, listen, is Kim going with you to San Francisco?
Yes, she is. Why?
Well, with your mother and your father moving into the garage apartment, I'm just wondering who's going to be around the house to look after Andrew.
There's nothing for you to be concerned about. Franny will be there.
Oh,
Besides...
poor Franny's a kid, Bob.
Besides, my folks will stay in the house until we get back. Satisfied?
No, I'm not. And you got hot under the collar when I talked to you about this the other day. But I meant it. I'm going to talk to a lawyer unless Kim's mental state improves.
So let me tell you something. If you cause her any upset at all, I'll talk to my lawyer. I'll get a restraining order and keep you out of my home.
Wait a minute. What is that supposed to mean?
There are those that believe you could be the nut that's been harassing Kim. You see, John, I can play your game, too. If I have to, I will, if you bother Kim.
When he sees you and Bob so very, very happy, it must drive John Dixon crazy.
Enough. Yes. That's enough. I don't want to think about a thing tonight except having a wonderful time with my husband and telling him that we are going to have a baby.
All right. Do have a wonderful time.
Good night.
Good night.
That was very nice. Mrs. Oldham, every bit of it. Did you hear that?
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, you do?
Is that wrong?
I don't know, but I think maybe we can do something a little better. I'm sorry, but I didn't know it was going to take this long. We're almost done.
If you're worried about John, don't be, dear.
And then I'll let you get out of this. But one thing I have to know, have you decided on your wedding party yet? Well, Betsy's supposed to be the matron of honor. And the bridesmaids will be Margot and, well, hopefully, Lily.
I'm sure Lily will be delighted to do it, dear.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean? She was just wreathed in smiles when she went out with Dusty this morning.
Well, I have Margot and Betsy's measurements, but I do need Lily's, and I'll need them before I leave for New York, so if she can come in tomorrow,
Yes,
that'd be
I'll
great.
get them to you. You can count on it.
Okay. Now, I think we can get you out of
good.
this.
I'll go change.
Betsy, if you'll help us out.
Sure, I'm going to play with it a minute.
Okay.
Well, you're pretty amazing. You look like you got everything under control here, huh?
Well, of course. Why not? I'm a realist, darling. I see her in a wedding dress, and I know she's going to get married.
I see her in a wedding dress, and I know that I can't marry her unless I tell her the truth.
Oh, stop it, darling. Don't be so ridiculous.
No, I don't think it is ridiculous. I've come to a decision. Would you like to hear it?
I guess I'm going to, whether I'd like to or not.
You got 24 hours. You tell her the truth, or so help me I will, contract or no contract. You got it?
I love it when it's like this.
What?
In the restaurant, when it's half empty and we can just sit here with our coffee. It's kind of like we have the whole place to ourselves.
It's funny, when I was a kid, first working as a busboy and then later as a waiter, I used to look forward to the time when all the hungry masses would clear out, too. But I don't know, now speaking as an owner...
You like the crowd.
You bet.
No, it makes sense. What's bothering you?
What are you, a mind reader? How do you always know when something's bothering you?
Oh, come on, you do the same thing with me.
Yeah?
Does it have something to do with Marcia?
Yes. I didn't want to drag you into this. But we had kind of a strange session earlier before you came.
Yeah, the atmosphere seemed a little thick. What happened?
I'm not sure. But she really lost it. I have never seen Marcia lose control like that before.
She's been a little tenser than usual.
Listen, do me a favor. I mean, I don't want to scare you or anything. But I would just as soon you didn't spend any time alone with Marcia before she leaves for Texas.
That's odd. Kevin just said the same thing. Well, as much as I'd like to stay here and linger over the house blend, if I don't study, I'm not going to be able to see you tonight.
Oh, okay. I'll walk you out to your car.
Now, I expect you to take very good care of Daddy and Kim this evening.
Oh, I will. You know I will. And I have a big surprise for him.
Oh, yeah? What?
Well, I can't tell you yet.
Why not? Well, you'll tell me later, won't you?
I promise. Miss you till I see you.
If you, feel like calling, I'm gonna be all alone.
All alone? Where are you gonna be all alone?
Andy's spending the night at a friend's house, and my grandparents have moved into their new apartment, so I'm gonna be rattling around that big old house all by myself.
Then I will definitely call.
Good. I'm late. Let's go. You're gonna be cold without a coat, though. You sure you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, Rex, the way things are going in my life at present, I just fear that I've bitten off more than I can chew by accepting the seat on the board.
Well, this comes as quite a shock, Lucinda. There was a time when that board seat was very important to you.
It still is. It's still... Oh, Rex, it's just going to be with horror that I have to relinquish it, but I'm afraid that I must.
You know, there was a time when you and John Dixon were not especially the best of friends.
That's very true, yes.
Is he putting pressure on you to name him as your replacement?
John putting pressure on me? No, of course not.
Are you sure?
Of course, don't be silly. It's just that I only wish...
What?
I wish that there was some way that you could announce that I've resigned the seat and yet keep the seat vacant until, say, the 15th of February.
Why?
Well, then I'd know more where I stand exactly.
I see. Well, we'd do anything to keep you on the board.
Oh, Rex, I mean, I can't guarantee any generosity, but...
And if you did resign and recommended John as your replacement, I couldn't guarantee that he would be chosen.
Oh, Rex, but if you could just hold off filling that seat until the middle of next month.
All right.
Oh, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. And let's keep it just between the two of us for now, all right?
You have my word.
Thank you. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
You got 24 hours to tell Sierra the truth. So help me. I will.
Hi.
I didn't know it was me.
I can tell. I didn't expect to see you again until tonight.
Yeah, well, I got some news I wanted to share with you.
Really? What?
I talked to Dr. Bolton out in Wisconsin. He took a look at my test results. It looks like my condition can be reversed with microsurgery.
Really?
Well, at least he's very hopeful.
It's wonderful.
There's one hitch. Looks like I gotta leave for Wisconsin tomorrow.
Oh, that soon?
Well, it's just he's leaving the country for a while, and also after the surgery, I'm gonna have to stay in the hospital there for a few days.
I'll miss you, but you have to go.
That's what I figured you'd say, but I just feel badly leaving you with all the wedding plans and...
Mrs. Walsh, I'm sure will take care of all of those.
You have a point. That's true. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's only for a few days, right? We'll manage.
Well, I'm going to call you, all right, every day to make sure you're okay.
I will be.
Oh, you don't need me, huh? Huh? No.
No?
No?
Well, maybe a little bit.
Well,
I don't know. Grandma's sick. She's got some kind of 24-hour bug, a fever of 102. I just can't leave her all by herself.
Well, I'm sorry she's sick, but I mean, can we get somebody else to
Well,
stay
there
with her?
isn't anybody else. Granddad's out of town, and with all the babysitting she's been doing for Danny, I feel I owe it to her.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't know. Anyway, I told Kim and Bob that we wouldn't be able to join them for dinner anyway, so. Why is it such a big deal to you?
Well, it wasn't just going to be dinner.
Oh, what else do you have up your sleeve, huh?
Well, it was the bit with Kim and Bob. That was just a trick to get the rest of the surprise going, you know. I want to take you out to the new house. Because we are digging the foundation today. And I've got a floodlight set up. No, the whole thing.
Honey, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean...
Look, can't we do it tomorrow night?
No. What about the reservations at Caroline's? And we have a vintage bottle of wine. It's already put on ice. It's already asked him. It's already...
I can't. I gotta see what Grandma. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Hey, you know, I saw Iva out there with a crew, and she didn't seem her usual chipper self.
No, she's kind of down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I got an idea. Why don't you just ask her to go with you?
What?
I mean, it'd be nice. They've been so nice to you. You're going to be bored hanging around Grandma's anyway. You could ask her mother, too, and be like a thank you for putting you up that night.
This is supposed to be our celebration.
I know. Well, we'll celebrate another night. We will. But in the meantime, you could be nice to people who've been so nice to you.
Oh, hi, Betsy. Boy, it's cold and ugly and it's very depressing.
Well, it certainly is in Southern California, is it?
Well, you know, Steve has an idea that might cheer you up a little bit, don't you, honey?
Yeah. How would you and your mom like to come with me to the fanciest restaurant in Oakdale tonight?
Is he serious?
He's totally serious. And I think you should say yes. Please say yes and get me off the hook.
Hi. Out looking at your new mansion?
How did you guess? The crew's going great guns out there. I tell you, Jimmy says we're going to have a good part of the foundation dug by the time Bessie gets out there tonight.
You know, I hate to rain on your parade, but by the time you get her out there, it's going to be too dark and she won't be able to see anything.
I have got a generator truck equipped with floodlights.
I should have known you'd done something like that. You want some coffee?
I would love some. How we doing? You know, I was out there standing on top of the hill, and I could just picture the whole house already finished. With Betsy and Danny and new addition to the Andropoulos clan.
New
All right
addition?
yeah. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead of myself. We already agreed that we're going to have a brother or a sister for Danny soon.
Oh, really? That's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. I've always wanted a big family. Would like your folks had.
Yeah, well, they're a pretty special thing. Excuse me.
I'm glad you're feeling a little better. I was a little worried about you this morning.
Why?
Well, I mean, I could tell the business with your kid sister had upset you.
Well, it was just all those stories about Uncle Henry and Aunt Elizabeth that just brought back a lot of unhappy memories. I didn't realize they were so close to the surface.
Are you sure you're okay now?
I'm fine.
Oh, God, I hope that Bob and Kim have started the plan in action by now.
What plan?
Well, it's all part of the big surprise that I have planned for Betsy tonight. This is going to be great.
Betsy, I know it's kind of last minute.
No, it's fine. I'd love to come. I'll check with Steve, though. His schedule's been kind of crazy lately, but we'll get back to you.
Good.
Besides, when I mention the magic word, I'm sure he'll change his mind.
What's that?
Caroline's. It's quickly becoming his favorite restaurant.
Well, he's got good taste. Hi, Sierra. How are the plans for the wedding coming?
Hectic. I've been crazed.
Don't get bogged down by all the details. Remember, it's going to be your day.
Thank you.
See you later.
Okay, so what was it you wanted to tell me?
Well, I went to see Dr. Samuels this morning to, make sure everything was,
Yeah, I'm functioning right.
Are you telling me that you're pregnant?
No, well, no, not yet, but we're working on it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great news.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm really excited. I think it's just good timing, you know. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, go on about it like that. I'm just being sensitive of me. I know how much you want to have kids.
Betsy, you know what I haven't told you? Craig is going to be seeing a specialist in Wisconsin, a fertility specialist. And there's a good chance that his condition could be reversed.
Really? That's great. That's wonderful. I'll keep all fingers and toes crossed, really.
Thank you. Hey, listen, I'm supposed to go for a fitting for my wedding gown this afternoon at 12:30. Do you think you could?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to come.
Okay,
sure,
great.
every time.
I can't wait to see what Barbara Ryan's come up with. She had the greatest ideas. One of which one of the drawings I saw, she had the high collar.
Me too. Listen, by any chance, were you able to reach Tom Hughes at that number I gave you? Yes, the California number.
See if you like it. Try it out.
Well, keep trying, please. I told you how important it is to have him there for me. Okay. Okay, I know you will. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, hi. Oh, my goodness, you're absolutely beaming. What's going on?
Well, I just spoke to my New York manufacturer, and he told me that he sneak previewed my line to a couple of prospective buyers, and I'm going to have an exclusive in 3 cities.
Ah, fantastic. That's wonderful. But will you still speak to us when you're rich and famous?
I'll think about it.
Hi, how you doing?
I didn't mean to scare you.
Okay, Bob called just a few minutes ago, and he left a message. Now, let's see. He said to tell you that the plans for Betsy and Steve were all taken care of. Does that make sense to you?
Perfect sense. I'm just glad he didn't forget it.
Lisa, I just spoke to Jerry Halpert on the phone, and he told me that he hasn't been able to reach Tom in California. Do you have another number he might be able to reach him?
Darling, that's the only number I have, and he hasn't called me for several days. He's been so busy.
I'll get it.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Fashion.
So, I'm dying of curiosity. Have you told Bob yet the news?
No, I haven't, honey. We've both been so busy, there just hasn't been the right moment. Anyway, he's decided that we have to go out to dinner tonight, and so, because he's going to be leaving for San Francisco soon.
Have you told him you're not going to San Francisco with him?
No, I haven't, but I figured I'd tell him about the baby and about San Francisco all at once.
Well, then this calls for a special occasion. You must have a special gown for this.
Oh,
all
I don't know
right?
if I'd go that far.
Oh, why not? How often do you get to tell your husband you're going to have a baby?
Not often, I hope.
You're so fat. This and it is beautiful. Look at this, just today. This was... Hi, Barbara. This is your color, and it would be just gorgeous.
Lisa, I think if Kim is looking for a new dress, I have just the thing for her in the back. One of my samples just came in. It is sparkly and smashing, and you will love it. I'll be right back.
Kim, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. I have a feeling that by the time Simply Barbara moves in, I'm simply going to have to get rid of all of my well-known designers.
Well, no, honey, she's just excited. Well, I know, but she's excited about it. Just
I can
relax.
understand.
Here it is, and I told you it was simply smashing and simply sparkly.
Simply Barbara.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it's not quite as matronly as that one, Lisa, and the color is much better for you. So why don't you try it?
I'll just try both of them.
Good. And I will get to work. Thank you.
When did you get the new typewriter?
We didn't. It's mine. I brought it from home because I cannot stand the one in the back room. It just is unusable.